Hello everybody and welcome to another Starcraft II video by Konungr. But this time I'm not playing Protoss. About a week ago I decided to mix it up a little bit, played Terran for a couple of matches, and then I switched over to Zerg, and that's what I've been playing recently. I went ahead and reset my league, so I'm back down in the Bronze League for a couple of days, and I just had a very interesting match against a Protoss player, ZvP. So we're going to go ahead and look in it. Now, one of the things I've been doing, I've been a 13 spawning pool, followed up with a fairly quick lair with a Roach Warren and a Nydus network. It helps, I found, in some of the lower matches, to get games over quickly. And Zerg is all about hitting them as often and as fast as possible with as many units as you can, but never building up all the way to a 200 army and going head to head against another one. Now, one of the things that this player tried to do, and I didn't realize it at the time, but he canceled this building. I didn't take a look at it before I went out, but I thought it was kind of strange that he canceled it. Let me check and see what it was before. Okay, hold on. What? Okay, so he started to build a forge. And I didn't realize that's what he was building. But he canceled it as I came back again. And then he restarted it again. I guess he didn't want me to know what he was planning on doing, which makes no sense because a forge fast expand is a very common Protoss opener for PvZ. Generally, you're going to either Forge Fast Expand, Gateway Fast Expand, or Nexus First Expand. But he built his Forge, so I went to see what it was, and then he was coming out here. So I'm back in my base, and I'm building. I've got my spawning pool, my 2 extractors going. And as soon as the spawning pool goes down, I start my queen, and I start building a few. I build my overlord first, and then I start building a couple of Zerglings, just for a quick defense in case anything comes out. I've got my overlord stationed right there, that way I can put my Nydus Worm out. So I get 6 Zerglings out, and I realize that I have not seen his probe enter my base to scout me at all. But his probe definitely left his base area and has not returned since. And he came out this direction, so I know it wasn't going back here to build another expansion. So I got a wild hair and decided to scout out real quick. And lo and behold, he was trying to cannon rush me, so I go ahead and take that down real quick. Take down the pylon. Then I go ahead and come back in while I'm continuing to build up. Here in a minute, there goes our Roach Warren, and we're already building lair. Here, as soon as lair finishes, here we go. We're coming down. We start working burrow, and we go ahead and work our Nydus. We've still got our 6 Zerglings. No, 8 Zerglings now. And here in a minute, we're also going to start working on some roaches. We've got plenty of gas. We've got Speedling speed working. And here comes our Nydus Worm. So here in a minute, we're going to go ahead and inside of our Nydus Worm, we've already got a couple of roaches because we've got our hatchery waypointing in there. Scout around outside of our base real quick, and there goes my worm. And as soon as the worm comes out, we go ahead and start unloading some roaches. And just start attacking. He comes out with 2 zealots. Now, the funny thing is, that's all he's built. He's only built 2 roaches. He's got 3 cannons and a second nexus. He's got a much better economy right now, but he's not doing anything with it. He's not producing anything. He's not producing any units. He's producing one weapons upgrade and warp gate, but he has no more gates. He's got nothing really. Taking a lot of gas and 2 zealots. So I hit him. And as I hit him, there's a little bit of a snafu with my Zerglings. For some reason, they didn't get waypoint back into the Nydus like I told them to. I guess I hit my all-army command button before they made it into the Nydus and told them to come up here. So I had to send them back while I'm working with the roaches up here, just kind of harassing them a little bit and get them out of the Nydus. And just as I get them out of the Nydus, I get this message. So I'm assuming this is a young kid, probably 13 or 14, because generally you don't see that kind of behavior from somebody with a little bit of maturity. And this is about the point that I would normally go ahead and start expanding and reinforcing. I wasn't sure how many units I was going to need because I didn't really scout too much. I just made sure to scout in and around my base. And I've got these guys watching for any aggression from him. He got kind of upset about this, that I managed to Nydus Worm him. And I'd like to point out the irony in the fact that he tried to cannon rush me, which it failed because I scouted my base and around my base. So his cannon rush failed, but he failed to scout inside his base to see my Nydus Worm, or even scout inside my base to see the early pool, the early gas, or anything for that matter. So I thought that was kind of funny and ironic. So it was a pretty good game, other than the anger. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.